Gucci and hey. Ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Big numbers, 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Flex mode.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. Hey, come on.
First down, Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On second down, Bridgewater again. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
A first carry for the Fordham Ram, Chase Edmonds. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second and 12, Bridgewater escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Winston now to throw on first down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On second down, it's Jones. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it, each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Flush to his right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jordan Willis, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Flushed out right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On second down, this is Edmonds. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. It'll be a 9-yard gain that time, but it'll also be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. action now. Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jordan Willis in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. On fourth down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On second down, it's Coleman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. Now a first down carry by Jones. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down now, it's Coleman, and he's got this down to the 35. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, it's Cook. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
A 10-yard pickup, And it's enough for a Dolphins first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. A throw down the field, caught by his running back. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds, and he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Bridgewater. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Ready? What? Move. He can't hang. He's not going to give you.
On second down now, it's Coleman, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is, why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 48. And this one is right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This one fielded at the 5. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Ready? Blue ready.
Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. Calm crowd.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On third down, Winston escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. On first down, Jones. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try and run for it with Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 31 yards on the punt there, and the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on 2nd down. Bridgewater flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Marvin Jones, 92 yards. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. That's caught by Howard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Handoff, Coleman, right side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Nifty move. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Tampa. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
On 2nd down, Edmonds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Bridgewater. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. To throw is Bridgewater. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Flushed out right, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Edmonds. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Teddy Bridgewater scoring on the 2-yard keeper as his guys are able to regain the lead. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he will have a first down here, but I have a feeling it's not going to be for long. They're already walking backwards. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Winston to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Let him know, let him know. Whoa, wide away. Chance, throw.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Reggie Ragland. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a
That's
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Chase Edmonds, the man he was looking for, and now it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it with Edmonds. Refusing to go down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Bridgewater. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable, but do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense, but that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Bridgewater to throw it. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Tampa Bay, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Miami, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank